Hey everyone, this is John Cartwright, and welcome to the final hours of the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U eShops. This is being recorded on the 27th of March, and we'll be showing both the eShop in its bustling and alive state, and also its dead state tomorrow. So we're going to show pretty much everything of the eShop experience, the signing in, the browsing, the buying. I actually quite forgot how long 3DS takes to log into the eShop, but we're going to be on this screen for a little while here. A lot of fun. I think this is faster on a new 3DS. We're doing this on a standard launch 3DS, because that's the one I've got modified for capture. But, just watch that circle. Here we go, here we go. Oh, there's our buddy, the eShop bag. Man, he convinced me to buy many a game, that little smiley devil. He just puts on the little smile, and I want to open my wallet. Oh, look at his little friends dancing around. Here we are, here's the Nintendo 3DS eShop. It's got a bunch of different categories like Mario, Pokemon, the news, recent arrivals. The charts will be interesting to see. What is the most... let's look at recent bestsellers first and see what is at the top. It's usually Pokemon. It's always been Pokemon, yeah, Pokemon. And Kid Trip? That's an interesting one. More Pokemon, Digger Dander DX, Pokemon Persona, Shovel Knight, Stellar Glow, Pull Blocks! Attack of the Friday Monsters was also there, and Bye Bye Box Boy. Pokemon has always been at the top of the eShop charts. Always has been. Here's the all-time bestsellers. You can see what has always been there. Pokemon, Mario, Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Mario, Zelda. Pull Blocks. I was actually told a long time ago that part of the reason that Virtual Console kind of failed was because people would just buy the games they've already played, which is usually just another Mario, another Zelda, another Pokemon. And so a lot of the other stuff didn't really get picked up. And I think you can kind of see that from the charts there. So here's all the stuff that was recently added. I'm sure we've all played Harold's Walk. News, there's not much actually in the news. It's just you can add credit. And here's just a bunch of categories you can explore. Here's Fire Emblem, which funnily enough doesn't have Fates, because Fates for some reason got delisted a few weeks ago. So even though Fates was in that banner, there's no Fates here. We can look all over for Fates, it's not in here. Look, it's in the banner, there it is! But you can't buy it. Like, we can search for Fates. Let me just do that real slowly. Fates. And I think there's videos will still be there? Yeah, videos are still here. But you cannot find Fire Emblem Fates on this eShop. It doesn't exist. So if you wanted to get that final act, the DLC, you can still do... well, you could have still done that within the game itself. But on the eShop, no way, Jose. It's not here. But there is still a lot more on the eShop other than Fire Emblem Fates. In fact, there's so much on here. Smash 3DS. You can buy... well, you could have still bought all the DLC characters and DLC stages. And of course we do have Ultimate now, but I think there's still quite a distinctive feel between Smash 3DS and Smash Ultimate. They're different games. What else have we got? Epic RPGs, Mii stuff. Oh, Nintendo Selects, that'd be an interesting one. So with Selects, some games were made discounted for the eShop. Not many, not very many at all actually. New Leaf, Mario Maker, Luigi's Mansion 2, 3D Land. It kind of stops around... here, I believe, yeah. So there's a handful of games that were cheaper, but it's not an exhaustive list. It's not like every first-party game. And they've also got all this stuff down here. Virtual Console. So 3DS had Game Boy, standard Game Boy and Game Boy Color, far more than the Switch currently has. Because, of course, Game Boy Online has launched, but we don't have all these Pokemon games. We don't have the Oracles yet. There's a ton that we don't have. Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. A lot of that is currently on the 3DS eShop, or at least it was on the 3DS eShop, but it won't be by the time this video goes up. They also had Super Nintendo games that were new 3DS exclusive, and a pretty big one, in my opinion, that's not currently on the Switch, is the mysterious Murasame Castle, one of the big flagship Famicom Disk System games, and it's not even on Famicom Online, which is nuts. But yeah, you could have still bought it on the 3DS. Great game. I highly suggest you play it, but there is no longer an official way to do so. And yeah, I guess this is mostly the gist of the 3DS eShop. Let's check out what's on sale, actually, before we go. Atlas are holding a sale right now, and I believe in other parts of the world there are more publishers discounting their games, but right now, Atlas is the big one, and they're throwing their stuff away. Persona Q has a huge discount. Other games less so. Shovel Knight, big discount. But you've also got stuff like Soul Hackers, which was already quite cheap, and they've discounted it as well. So everything's around £3 from Atlas, which is rare. Atlas rarely do that, but you know, if your games are going to be gone forever, you may as well push them out. So yeah, there's about 5 pages of discounts. I believe America has a lot more, but over in the UK at least, it's slim pickings. 3D game collection. Yeah, so there's still some really cool stuff in here. But I think the huge stuff was on the first page. But yeah, that is kind of 3DS eShop. Let's move on to the Wii U. Here we go. Here's the Wii U eShop. And you know, the best part about the Wii U eShop experience is once it loads. This is the Wii U experience, waiting for things to load. The best part is this. You can match up tiles of icons that you've bought. Let's see if we can get one. Nearly got iPlayer there. No, it's not our day, but here we are. Here is the Wii U eShop in the spotlight this week. Breath of the Wild. and its DLC. Mario Party 10. You can get the Smash and Mario Kart DLC. Legacy lineup, that's a huge one. We'll look into that a bit more in a sec. But you also just like get Nintendo Selects here as well, different categories. And that's generally, yeah, you can look at some Switch stuff. You can see this hasn't been updated in a while. Splatoon 2, bit of 3DS there too. The 3DS and Wii U eShops are actually linked. You can look at 3DS games on the Wii U eShop. But yeah, what should we start with? The charts? We'll see what's charting, much like it did on 3DS. So on the Wii U, recent bestsellers. Pull Blocks World! You've got taste, everybody. Affordable Space Adventures, amazing game, NES Remix, or Mario RPG. You know what, I bought this on Wii Virtual Console, and because of that, I get a discount. Let's buy a game. I've got balance. Let's buy a game. This will be my final eShop purchase. Mario RPG. And it's a game that's not on Switch Online. It's not on the Super Nintendo app. It was sold on the Super Nintendo Classic, but they just, for some reason, didn't get it on Switch. Could still be coming. But here we go, my final purchase ever. Mario RPG. It's taken a while, but greatness takes time. Greatness takes a while, some time apparently. But here we go! Come on! Yeah! Mario RPG never got a European release, so Wii Virtual Console and Wii U eShop were the only ways that we could really play this. What else is on here? So we've got Pull Blocks, Affordable Space Adventures, NES Remix. I want all those games on Switch. Affordable Space Adventures might be tricky. Some DS games, Spirit Tracks, that's interesting. Duck Hunt has Wii Pointer support, so that's huge. Dr. Luigi, there's no Dr. Mario game on the Switch. Fairly expected games here, though. Lots of Zelda. Star Fox Guard, interesting. That did get a physical version, but you had to buy the limited edition, I believe. And Gunman Clive HD. That's a cool one to see there. What about all-time bestsellers? I bet Earthbound's going to be pretty high, because that was the first release of that game in Europe, and the first re-release ever. Splatoon, not surprising. Mario World, not surprising. Minecraft, not surprising. Mario, Zelda, Mario, Zelda, Mario, Zelda. Metroid Prime Trilogy, that's a cool one to have there. Earthbound, hell yeah. Earthbound ahead of Ocarina of Time, that's interesting. Mario Galaxy 2. Kawashima's Brain Training, I wonder why. Yeah, pretty good lineup there. I'm surprised by Pokemon Rumble, to be honest. Was this one delisted, or am I thinking of another Art Academy that was on there? Yeah, it looks like it's still there. Okay. I spent a while on Art Academy back in the day. It's a pretty cool app. But yeah, let's go back. Let's find our way back to... Yeah, Pokemon Rumble U is interesting, because it's a very expensive one and not very good one. But it is a Pokemon game disappearing from existence, which is a pretty big deal. I forgot they had reviews on the eShop. You could review your games, yeah. Let's see. What do people think about New Super Mario Bros. DS? You couldn't put words in. You just had to say, like, is this a casual game? Is this a gamer game? What do they think? They think it's for everybody, and for casuals, which is the same thing. Nice. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's explore more of the eShop. What should we look out next, fellas? I'm happy Metroid Prime Trilogy's on here, because one of the coolest parts about the eShop was it brought Wii prices down somewhat, because there's a digital alternative. You can get Metroid Prime Trilogy, a pretty expensive Wii game, for a discount. Xenoblade X also has a pretty substantial DLC. If you got the physical version, because the Wii U disc drive wasn't great, they let you basically install it to the console by downloading DLC. So if you have a digital version, doesn't matter. But for the physical ones, you would have wanted to download this stuff, just because it makes loading and performance better. But once the eShop goes down, even free DLC, even free demos will be unobtainable. So if you didn't get that stuff, you've kind of missed out. But otherwise, DuckTales Remastered's a cool one to have on there. That's neat. So let's explore more stuff. The Zelda expansion pass, that wasn't Switch exclusive, you still could get that. Here's the new releases. Pad of Time! And it's discounted! Captain U. Commander Keen? I don't think I realized that was on the Wii U. Has one review. This seems real. Well, what do you know? What do you know? Let's explore a little bit more of the Wii U eShop. It's so funny seeing what's been added recently and what's being highlighted. But you can get a Switch shirt with the expansion pass and wear it in your Wii U version. Both the expansion pass and the free voice language pack. Both will be unobtainable. Smash, obviously a huge one. We looked at this on 3DS, but there's so many pivotal parts of that package that will be unobtainable in the future. And I know a lot of it is an Ultimate, but I think Ultimate is not a replacement to Smash 4. And all these Mii costumes, all these stages and characters, they will be lost to time. Which sucks. I didn't even buy Bionic set. Look at all these Mii costumes I didn't buy. What a loser I am. Or probably, let's look at the Legacy lineup before wrapping up with Wii U. And then I guess it'll be time to see the console after that. What it looks like once everything's down. So yeah, you got a huge lineup: NES, Super Nintendo, N64, TurboGrafx, GBA, DS, Wii. And of course, while N64's lineup isn't huge, there's games like DK64, which are currently not on the Switch. They probably will come. It's worth noting, Wii U's emulation wasn't great. They had a dark filter on most things, and they didn't look fantastic. But just having these games officially available was a big thing. But yeah, N64 didn't have a whole lot more. Ogre Battle also is not on Switch right now. But other than that, Bomberman 64, that's a cool one. Harvest Moon, that's a cool one. Excite Bike 64 and 1080, that's it. Otherwise, Switch has everything. TurboGrafx is currently not on the Switch, and TurboGrafx is always really cool. This came really late, I think like 2016 into the Switch's life cycle. It's like a year before the Switch, maybe months before the Switch. But all this stuff not on the Switch right now. Maybe it will be in the future. GBA. Right now there's like 6 GBA games on the Switch. And there's cool stuff in here. Of course, Golden Sun, Mario Advance 4 is on the Switch. Fun Fantasy Advance, huge. Let's see what else we got on here. All those Kirby games, Nightmare in Dreamland, Amazing Mirror, which is coming. Pokemon Pinball. Klonoa! Huge one. Klonoa on GBA. There's 2 of them. There's 3 in Japan. Will not be available anywhere once this closes. Be lost media, apart from a physical cartridge. But yeah, there's 3 pages of GBA games. Advance Wars is back there. I don't think we're going to get Advance Wars on the Switch other than the upcoming remake. But yeah, stuff like Castlevania, there's a collection. Mega Man, there's also a collection. There's probably not going to get this stuff in the future. So there's a lot of games here which I don't think we'll ever get on Switch. Rayman. I'd love to have Rayman 3 on the Switch. Let's just get to the bottom here. But yeah, there's a pretty extensive list of GBA games here. And it's going to take a long time for the Switch to get anywhere close to this point, and many games probably won't ever appear on the Switch. But let's explore more of the lineup. Super Nintendo, obviously, as well, has a lot on there, as does DS and Wii. DS, still also not on the Switch right now, and it's interesting seeing what they went for. It's a pretty small selection of DS games, but you've got most of the big first-party heavy hitters, and a few of them were actually altered somewhat to include DLC that was no longer obtainable. So Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing both had ways to access DLC in there, which you would need internet for, but because Wi-Fi's gone down, They just altered the ROMs to include that stuff. So these are pretty valuable. Let's look at Wii's. Like I was saying earlier, Wii's one of my favorite ones because they sort of maintained Wii's digital pricing. Everything's £18. Not everything here is worth £18, but some stuff is worth way more than £18. So if you pay £18 for a Metroid Other M, you're probably a sucker. But if you pay £18 for Xenoblade or Metroid Prime Trilogy or Lost in Shadow, then you are a genius, my man. Here's all the... Yeah, you don't pay £18 for Rayman Raving Rabbids, okay? But, like, let's look at A Shadow's Tale, called Lost in Shadow in the States. A very pricey game. £18. It was locked at £18 here. And because there's no longer a digital alternative, it's only going to get more expensive in the second-hand market. Now, I just want to show you guys 3DS games on the Wii U eShop, because you can look at them. You could buy them, I believe. In fact, I think you can actually get these on the Switch eShop too. Like, if you bookmark them, if you put them on like your watch list here, I believe they do appear on the Switch eShop. Here's just old Nintendo Selects before we move on. So this is also a very small lineup. Very few games were discounted. But yeah, let's look at 3DS games. Man, look at my man. Look at my man representing Pull Blocks over there. Yes, Smash Ultimate, Fortnite, Splatoon 2. They gave up on this stuff a while ago. You can look at the videos if you want to. But yeah, 3DS. Let's check out Samus Returns. And here's what it looked like. You can look at the screenshots, videos. Beautiful. But yeah, that, my friends, is the Wii U and 3DS eShop while they were living. We've bought a game, we've looked at a bunch of games. Now, let's look at a far more miserable state. The date today is the 28th of March 2023. The Nintendo eShops are officially closed. They closed at 1 AM this morning for me. Let's see, now that it's dead, we can make a link. But this already seems a bit longer than usual. I wonder, is this going to be a very slow experience? Seems to be. Here we go. Oh man. Oh man, where did Zelda go? What's happening this week? They're gone. You can't buy them. So all the stuff is still here. Oh, whoa, sorry, I pressed back. Let's go back in. Well, sorry about that. One thing I want to do is actually show you that you can still re-download games that you've purchased in the past. So we bought Mario RPG earlier. I've deleted it off my hard drive. But we can go back to titles that you've downloaded, both on the Wii U and 3DS eShop, and you can still access stuff that you have bought in the past. So don't fear, things that you've spent money on will still be there. We can still just press download and buy it again. But God almighty, this is slow. Here we go. But when it comes to purchasing anything, whether it is paid or not, you will have no way to do so. So anything that's free, as in Pokemon Bank. If you did not download that in the past, you cannot download that now. I'll show you that when we get to the 3DS eShop. But yeah, things that you've purchased, things you have a license for, a digital license, they are fair game. You can still have it. Everything is still on the eShop. All the games are still there. They're just not allowing you to give them money to have them. I don't understand why, but yeah, that's generally it though. So we're downloading Mario RPG right now. And when this finally loads, it will be on my main page. I can play Mario RPG. That is all fair game. This is so goddamn slow. Alright, here we go. Back to the first page. Eventually. Oh my. I know Super Mario's in here. So, let's search for a free game. I just want to show you what would happen if you tried to download a free game. So you see, Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge software is currently unavailable. I think I already have it downloaded, so it probably should say that I already have it. Yeah, I've already purchased it. But if you were to try and purchase it now, you would struggle. Let's think of a game I don't have on my system that I can show you as an example for that. You know, let's just do a demo. Are any demos still here? Let's have a look. So a lot of 3DS games have demos. A lot of Wii U games didn't really. Let's have a little see. So, Star Fox Zero, I've got that one. I don't have Star Fox Guard, though. I never downloaded the Star Fox Guard demo. So, let's see. Will it let me have it? No. No. So, free stuff, unobtainable now. So, the Wii U eShop is looking pretty dire, but I'm more interested in looking at 3DS right now. Because 3DS always had a more robust selection. And that'd be a bit more interesting to see. So let's move on to the 3DS eShop and see what that looks like now, in a post-Alive age. Okay, moment of truth. This will be the Nintendo 3DS eShop on the 28th of March, 2023. They have robbed icons from us! There's only 3 down here! Okay, all the categories are still... Well, actually, Fire Emblem's gone. They've taken away Fire Emblem. But what's in here? So, it looks like all the Mario games, they're still on the eShop. They're still here. But, again, you can't purchase them. Huh. Are all the download exclusives still here? They seem to be, yeah. There's Kid Trip, which we know is like the second best-selling 3DS game of this week. Yeah, all the stuff that you would be interested in is still there. Pull Blocks is right there. Or updates! So you can still download updates. That's cool. I was kind of worried that they would force off you being able to update your games, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So that's commendable at the very least. So if you've got an online game like Mario Kart 7 and you want to play online, but it's stopping you because you're not up to date, that is not a concern. You can still download updates. That's good. Yeah, look at it. This is dire. Software's just currently unavailable for everything. Wow. Yeah. Okay, well, let's keep exploring. Let's have a look at just download versions. All the stuff that's gonna go way up in price. Persona Q, already quite an expensive game, but that's gonna skyrocket in the future. Yeah. So yeah, even I'm looking right now for demos. Let's see. What would have a demo? What would be free? None of this stuff. You know, I guess the obvious one to look for, though, is Pokemon Bank. Let's have a little look at Pokemon Bank. Pokemon. This is probably not descriptive enough. Yeah, take the Pikachu Pokemon. They have so many different languages that... Oh, wait, hang on. Go back. Let's have a little look. Pokemon Ultra Moon update. Yeah, so that is still fully obtainable. We've covered updates will still be available. But Pokemon Bank is what I'm interested in. Moment of truth. No. It says, in the description though, it says, in the latter half of March 2023, it's planned to terminate the sale of service tickets and make this service free of charge, but you can't download it. Software is currently unavailable. So if you've got it, it's free. If you don't have it, you're screwed. Which is a big deal, because Pokemon's been forward compatible since Ruby and Sapphire. And now, every generation after Gen 5 can't go forward. I guess, no, not even Gen 5, we're talking Gen 6, Gen 7. It's pretty much like a reset at the Switch. Full blocks, free-to-play game. Can't buy it. Dire! Well, thank you for checking out the death of one of my favorite places on Earth. I'm gonna cry now, bye.